Hey everybody, it's Gina Page, president and co-founder of AfricanAncestry.com. It's Friday. We made it through another work week. It's Friday, April 17th, I think, or 18th. 18th. I don't know what today is. I just know it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. You all remember that movie? Hello everyone and welcome. As you know, we come to you every day this month at 5 p.m. Eastern to have an African ancestry conversation with one of our family members. And we've had an amazing month so far of family member stories. Hey, Sapiwe checking in. We heard his story earlier this week. Hello, Fit in Order. All of you all that are joining, it's so good to have you here. Where are you joining me from? Let me hear where you're joining me from. We've had the most faraway places. I'm in DC. Feel so ordinary compared to some of the places that you are. I know, Sapiwe. At least I got your name right. The hair, I don't know, but I got your name. Good to see you. Thanks to everybody who has been joining us and who have been sharing their stories. Dallas is in the house, Baltimore, North Carolina, Chicago, Indiana, DC, Tennessee in the house, Kansas City. We're going to have Atlanta on here. Shout out to Joseph Myers. Jasmine got your package. You got your test kit. Okay. Woo, in Connecticut. Hello everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. My mother's checking in. Apopka, Florida, Washington, D.C., Homewood, Illinois. Okay, I love it. Hello, Adrian. Nice to see you. So you all, you know that I get excited about these, and today is no exception because once again, one of my friends is coming on. But as I've always told you, these are friends often that I've made because of my African ancestry experience. So today we're going to be talking to my girl Aishah Rashied-Hyman, who I have not seen since January when we were on a cruise. We'll have to talk about that. It just struck me that I was on a cruise in January. But she's representing down in Atlanta, and she and I have worked together on many different projects in Atlanta, and I am looking forward to seeing her face. You know, it's always good to lay eyes on your friends, especially at times like these. Hey, Mary, good to see you. Comeback Hair Products. That's interesting. We're waiting for Aishah to come on in. Aishah, I invited you, so hopefully you see the invitation. If not, Terrence is in the house. Coach Cook Life. Brazil. We got Brazil back. Welcome back, Brazil. My father. Somebody requested my father on the live. A conversation with him. Oh my goodness, Nani Speaks. You got your results and you haven't opened them. How are you resisting? What are you going to do, something special with them? Okay, Aishah, I'm going to try you a different way. Okay, here, I'm going to try it this way. So I sent Aishah the invitation again. I don't know how people can hold on to their results. I did a reveal of a guy who had been sitting on his results for 2 years.
Here I am.
Oh, hey, I knew you were going to come through with something fabulous. I started to put on red lipstick. And then I was like, it doesn't matter what I do. She's gonna make me look plain. So I'm just gonna stay with my regular old stuff. Hello.
Hey, trust me, 5 minutes ago, I didn't look like this. I literally just was like, let me put something on.
Well, as usual, you look beautiful. How are you?
Love you. I'm well. I was thinking about you asking me that question and what I was going to say and how much I was going to share. So you're my friend, so I'm going to share everything.
Okay.
So, I survived September 11th. So I feel like because of that experience, it almost prepared me for this in a very weird way. So I'm actually doing pretty awesome. That experience was a tough one for me to get past. It took me years to get past that. So this is kind of like, I probably shouldn't say that, because I know it's a struggle for a lot of people. But for me and my family, we've been very blessed. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's okay. We're very fortunate, and just psychologically, it actually has been a blessing for me. Just some quiet time for me to just, get in tune with myself. So actually, I'm doing great, and I hope that everyone watching is doing okay, and families are healthy and all of that. And you too, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you. And I think it's okay to feel good. I think it's okay to be doing okay. Everybody is in a different place. We're all in
Yeah.
different places, and we have to honor the place that we're in. Just because you're doing well
I
doesn't
feel
make
a
you.
little guilty. I
No,
feel like,
but you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
but no, I'm this teleworking is great for me. I'm outside, I'm in the sun, I take a walk, I, setting my own schedule, my own agenda every day. I know everybody doesn't have that ability to do that, but for me, it's working. My family is all here together, so I'm getting to my daughters are adults, so having us all in the house together at the same time, and my grandson, like, I'm loving it because I get to see them every day. So I'm getting to spend quality time with my husband. So I'm actually like, good.
Good. We need these positive stories. We
Yeah,
need these stories of people who are like me, who are tethered to their desks.
I'm tethered to my desk too, but I'm forcing myself to get up, go outside. And this weather, I mean, here in Atlanta, the weather has been amazing. I
Oh,
mean,
nice.
it has been it's been like 70 degrees every day, sunny out. The sun is like blazing outside.
Okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Now
You
I'm
got
going to start hating on you. So let's
Yeah,
change the subject, because the sun is not shining in DC
sorry.
right now.
We in
No, but
ATL.
Aisha, so we did our catch up, but now I really am excited to talk to you because of your path to African ancestry. You can you share with everybody how you came to take the African ancestry test?
For me, I think it was because of my husband. Is that the story? Okay.
Well, I mean, just whatever it is for you.
Well, for me, it's my husband, because we met on, well, first of all, I actually had seen you do other people's reveals at festivals and things like that. So I'd seen you do the reveal on African Ancestry, I mean, at National Black Arts Festival and some other festivals like that. So had kind of observed you and the work that you were doing from afar. So I was admiring what you were doing, and I still feel this way, and I feel this way. And from day one, seeing you do your work, I was like, oh, this sister is changing the whole entire um uh you're shifting the mindset of a generation of people, and that is really critical to nation building to me. So I was just really like saw the power, the amazing power that's going to last for generations from now and what you're doing. So I just was like a fan. And then I knew I had friends who had done the DNA test and had interacted with you, so I always heard some really awesome things. So I was like, okay, this is somebody I want to know. This sister right here got it going on. So, and I love powerful Black women, so I was like, okay, I got to meet her. And lo and behold, my husband was booked to DJ on Capital Jazz Cruise, and I think you had reached out to inquire if you could do his DNA test, and he was thrilled about it. And I was a little envious, because I was like, okay, he's going to find out, but I'm not going to, but I was happy about it for my children. So, so even though I was a little bit jealous, I was happy that it was happening. And then when he got his results, and I saw the shift in him, in his sense of self, and how he carried himself, and his confidence. I mean, he's a confident, really solid, secure Black man, but it was just like he went to another level in terms of how he perceives himself. And then this other thing that happened, that it took me a while to kind of see that this was connected to getting his results from African Ancestry, but he really committed himself to expressing his Africanness through the work that he does and the art that he creates and his music. So you actually, if you go back and listen to what his music sound, because he produces and songwrites. So if you go back and listen to how his
Shout
music
out to
sounded,
DJ Kimmett.
yes, So
Who
if
will
you
be
go,
with us tomorrow.
oh, good. Okay. So if you go back and hear his music before getting his results to now, you'll hear a lot more African rhythms in the music. So it's almost like you awoke his DNA. It was in him, but you just kind of gave him permission to just really be fully who he is, and it's showing up in the way that he shows up in the world. So I was watching all of that happen to him, and I was like, well, I need to have this happen for me. And I also wanted to share that with as many people as I could. So I found a sneaky little way to like get my test done, get my job to pay for it. No, I'm just kidding. But get my test done.
You were resourceful.
I was resourceful. But to do my test on live television through my job. So, it's just a win-win.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. I had a good
Oh,
time. And I appreciate your ongoing support, Aishah. You definitely are a mindset champion. I'm sure this is true for any of your friends. If they just need a little shift, all we have to do is call you. And you often see us you see me through eyes that I don't always see myself through. So I appreciate you for that. And I just want to digress for a second and see if we can get you back on another live to show us how to wrap that hair wrap, because girl, that is fabulous. I'm
a Muslima. We grew up wrapping our heads. We was rapping before Erykah Badu, before it was a cool thing. I'm a Muslim girl, so we know how to do the rap. I'll be happy to do a rap class.
Girl, that is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Okay, so talk about when you actually got your results. Because you had a reaction that you didn't expect and that I didn't expect.
So it makes me emotional even now, just thinking about it. But first, I think I was stunned. Because I didn't know what to expect, I guess. I don't know. I just didn't know what to expect. So I was just kind of like, just shocked.
Even though you had seen all these other people get theirs, you didn't know what to expect.
I have produced television shows about other people getting their DNA results, and it still kind of caught me off guard. And I think, one, just the wisdom, the knowledge, the information, but also the information, right? Having the information and then the information. So finding out that my mother's mothers, from the beginning of all the mothers, unbroken, unfiltered, that I come from Fulani women in Mali. And it was so specific. It wasn't a whole bunch of different, like some people's results are a mix of different things. It kind of, like I said, I'm getting a little choked up, but I've always felt like the women in my family are amazing. And like I said earlier in the conversation, I love amazing Black women. And I think, and I was just actually having a conversation with a younger sister today about that. I gravitate towards a certain kind of like really strong Black women that just, they motivate me, they give me life. I just love that energy. And so something about hearing that just kind of, I don't know, just like an affirmation that who I am is far bigger, far beyond the present, but also that who I am in a weird way is like, I can own myself. I can own who I am in a way that I think, and before I was a little bit apologetic, to be really honest. There was a little part of me that was like, ooh, I'm too bold, I'm too fabulous, ooh, somebody's gonna be bothered by. And just that information, I was like, you know what? No, this is who you are. This is who you come from. This is who you've been. This is who you always gonna be. And so the immediate reaction was me trying to process all of that. But something funny happened like a week later. I live in a neighborhood that has a lot of African people. It was a large African population in my neighborhood, and oftentimes the people who are new coming to the United States are not used to the system of driving and the way that the roads work here, right? And so we have a lot of car accidents in my neighborhood from time to time. The sister sometimes on the wrong side of the road and all that. So anyway, so I was at a four-way stop, and one of my African neighbors almost hit my car. And I blurted out loud without thinking about it, something like, I wish we would drive better. And then I started crying. My daughter was in the car with me. She was like, Mommy, what's wrong with you? And it was because I said we. I heard myself say we as opposed to they. Before it was they. I wish they would start. And not they in a negative way, just they, because I didn't feel like I was part of that. I was one of them. I was part of that community. And so hearing myself say we for the first time, it was just a shock. It was a shock to me that I had internalized this information, and it was an unconscious thing. So now when people ask me where am I from, I own it. I say my family is Fulani, and I don't get any kind of, like, when I meet people who are from the continent, I don't get any kind of, I was worried that they might say, well, no, you're not really. I don't get that at all. I get a hug. I get a respect. I get a just a reception that, oh, it's okay, good. You know where you are. Now let's get you there. Let's help you get there and learn in a very real way, immediate way, who your people are. So it's been a blessing.
Wow. Whew, girl, I don't even know what to say next. That's amazing. So you
Well,
talked about your you talked about your daughters. And
yes.
So how did your family, how has your family absorbed the information?
I should have brought this. It's on my refrigerator. I could ask somebody to go get it, but I have made education about Mali and the Fulani people part of our educational process here at home. So when we get a school project and they ask us to learn about a famous person, how social studies projects, they'll say, go study a famous person or go study this or that. It has to be a Fulani person. Like, cause that's my way of, like, making my kid, but also for me to learn too, because I'm doing the homework with them. My 15-year-old, she's in high school now, but every time we get a project, that's what we're doing. So she's been studying French, and when they asked her to do a French project, of course we did it about a French-speaking African country, and we said we're going to do it about Mali. So we made a board game called Timbuktu, based on Clue. Like, we've done a lot of fun things to kind of make the education process, be fun for the young people, for my children. So we've been doing that. But the other thing that we've done is my father I was so excited. I got my dad to do his results, do his test too, and he got his results. So my father went to Senegal for the first time and had an amazing transformative experience.
Wow.
So it's had a, like, domino effect in my family. We found out that one of our I think you were there, one of our family members on my husband's side, we found out that she is an interpreter and has been traveling to Africa all these years. We didn't even know that because we just in these conversations, and so she's offered to help us organize trips. So we're all in that planning stage so that we can go together as a family. So that'll be happening soon. So, and then we've also been connecting with African people in a more specific kind of way. So, for example, when I meet somebody from Africa now, like, I ask them, I don't just say, okay, you're African, okay, cool. No, I ask them specifically because I have more awareness about what the different countries are, where they are, who the people are. So I ask them specifically where they're from because I want to visit them. I want to visit them when I go. So, so anyway, so it's just kind of changed the way we even think about travel and where we're going and all of that.
Wow. I'm Gina Page, president and co-founder of African Ancestry.com, the pioneers of genetic ancestry tracing for Black people around the world. We have China on this live. Someone is joining us from China, and I'm here with my good friend Aishah Rashied-Hyman in Atlanta, Georgia, with her fabulous head wrap and red glasses, and she's sharing with us about her African ancestry experience. I had a very unique conversation today with a guy who'd gotten the test for his wife, and he got it for her because she felt like she didn't have a history. She said to him one day, it doesn't matter where I'm from in Africa, I don't have a history. And it hurt him deeply to hear he's from actually, I don't know where he's from, but he knows his family's history.
Right.
And so it hurt him deeply that she felt that way. And he didn't want her to continue to go through life feeling like she didn't have a history. But she was kind of like, so what? What difference does a DNA test make? How do
Yeah.
you respond to that perspective that it doesn't make any difference because I don't have a history?
I guess my experience has been otherwise. I've seen, like I said, I saw my husband, how it changed the way he lives his life. How much more grounded and confident he is and just at peace with himself. I've seen the difference that is made in my own sense of self and owning who I am, and being more fully myself and being more fully my African self and Black self, and not being like feeling like I need to be apologetic or ask for permission, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel like I need to ask African people to be permission to be African. I feel like that's just who I am and deal with it. And I also think, I grew up with a very specific sense of identity rooted in Africanness, rooted in Blackness. My parents were in the Nation of Islam, and I grew up going to African-centered schools like the Malcolm X School and all of that in the Bay Area. So I always grew up with this whole like monolithic idea of I'm an African person and I'm part of an African community. I grew up with that idea, but I don't think it was as real to me because it wasn't specific enough. And so I think I feel like my identity, my sense of identity is more real, it's more tangible to me because I have specificity that I did not have. And I also think that in an interesting way, I feel more directed. You know how they say when you know where you're from, you can know where you're going. So in that way,
Yeah,
I
the
feel,
Sankofa.
yes, I feel, and it's so funny, and it's all these things. I tell you what, all these things that we have been doing, we as a collective African American people, but also we meaning just me and my family, my circle, this symbolism, we didn't even know that we were choosing those symbols because somewhere in our ancestral memory, somewhere in our ancestral DNA, we have been called to do certain things, recognize certain things, reinforce certain things. Me and my husband used the Sankofa symbol in our wedding. Like and then just colors that I like and styles that I like. When I started studying the Fulani women, I was like, oh, I have that fabric. I wear that a lot. I wear those earrings. I wear my hair like that. That's my favorite hairstyle. That's why it makes me so emotional, because I didn't even know that I was already showing up as a Fulani like that. So it's just like, it I would say to anybody who says it doesn't matter, it's like you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
You might think it doesn't matter because you don't know yet. But once you know, all these light bulbs start going off in your head because you start recognizing all of these aspects of who you are that you didn't know why you have certain ways of being, why you like certain kind of music, why you like certain kinds of foods, why you have certain types of intellect and skills, that things that just come natural to you. It comes natural to you for a reason, because your great 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 grandmama put it in you, and it's and you're carrying her around with you, and you I feel it, but I didn't know why. So now I know why I have certain kind of dreams. I know why certain kind of like visions of certain ancient African women appear to certain messages. Like, I know why now. I know who they are. So it's been a powerful game changer for me. And that's why I wanted to bring it to PBS and NPR, because I want every Black person in America this same transformative experience to happen. I want everybody to have it. So it's been phenomenal. And I just think that you are such a gift to the whole Black planet for doing this work, because not only are you giving us a tool for us to learn who we are and own who we are, but you're creating this sense of family and community and connectedness that otherwise, without this technology, I don't know if it could have happened. So thank God for you being in the right place at the right time.
Oh, well, thank you. And I just lead the team of 10 people who all contribute to make this happen. And I appreciate that sentiment, especially about the family, because as you know, once you get your results or once you take our test, you are part of the African Ancestry family. We have an online community, a private group on Facebook, and a lot of family members are on this IG Live with us right now. A lot of people are checking in, representing for African Ancestry. It is a sense of family. Everybody, most of the people that I interact with now are people that I've met through my African Ancestry experience, be they test takers, be they, people that I've worked with. It just doesn't matter. So we really have come together around this ancestral connection. As you said, like we never could have imagined that this was possible. So Aishah, I don't have a producer here with me like you have, and Jamie, who can shout out to Jamie, who keeps things rolling. So I completely forgot. I was so excited about you that I completely forgot to do the first thing that I usually do with every guest. And so we're going to make this the last thing with you. We'll just flip it. Because see, you aren't like anybody else. It was that hair wrap. I was like, now I've been mesmerized by your words, but something in the back of my head said, we forgot to do that. So we do a 3-word association. I'm going to give you 3 words, and I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word, okay?
Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay.
Africa.
Mother. You
DNA.
said the first 3 words? Just one word?
Well, the first word is Africa. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. If you want to say more, you can.
Mother.
Okay. The second word is DNA. Huh?
Link. DNA makes me think of link. I visually see the DNA link, but I also feel a link now. I'm connected.
And the third word is identity.
Mine. That's the word that comes to me. Mine. It's mine.
Wow. Hey, nothing else I can say. We have not had the same response yet in like 18 or 19 of these. We have not had the same response yet. So those were very powerful answers. I can't wait to compile what everybody says.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, what to do with that, because it's just going to be, we've had the simply amazing responses. We've gotten so much love. Girl, this thing is just heart after heart after heart. Mabrini is waiting.
Had the same responses as me. She said, mother link myself. How cool. Very cool. I love this, by the way. See what a blessing this quarantine has been? All right.
Yes, it has. And speaking of the quarantine, I always encourage everyone to please follow whatever the instructions are wherever you go. If you're in the grocery store and you're supposed to be wearing a mask, please take your mask. If you're somewhere and you need to have on gloves, please have on gloves. Please be safe and healthy and disinfect when you need to disinfect. Yes, shout out to Simply Cecily, who's having a mask-a-thon tomorrow over on @Simply Cecily. Yeah. Shout out to all the first responders and the frontline folks in the hospitals and the healthcare centers and the ambulances and the doctor's offices and the reserves and the morgues and everywhere that people are stepping up to help manage these unprecedented times. We appreciate you, and we honor the work that you're doing. Aishah, thank you so much for joining us. It is a pleasure to see your face. And I'm serious about that head wrap thing. I have an idea to talk to you about. And so we're going to have to incorporate you into that. We are here every day at 5 o'clock p.m. through the end of April and maybe beyond. I'm gonna keep it going for as long as I have the energy and as long as Ty has the energy. I forgot to shout out Ty. Shout out to Ty. She's on here as live.
Thank you, Ty.
Afro Ham. Yeah, she holds it down with the scheduling and the production and everything related to these IG lives and our Facebook lives. So we'll be back here. Oh, let me tell you all, I don't know what y'all are doing tonight at 9, but Aisha, do you ever watch Shameless on Showtime?
No, but I saw the post about the young man, the cast member, the little boy that you killed. So yeah, I want to watch it. But at 7 o'clock I'm partying. I'm gonna be, in there assisting DJ Kemet. But after that, I can come and do the Shameless.
Okay, so at 7 o'clock you got to go over to twitch.tv/DJ Kemet.
Yep.
He's gonna be. Is it a Soul Makosa party? What is this party?
No, tonight is ATL dance session. So if you like soulful house music, uplifting music to kind of help you shake off the blues of this situation, this is the party for you. So this is going to be upbeat, dancing, soulful house.
Okay, and Aisha and Kemet get it in, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some dance moves over
I'll be hollering and shaking my tambourine in the background. You'll hear me.
But after that, at 9 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to be revealing the ancestry of Christian Isaiah. Christian Isaiah is the little black boy character on the show Shameless on Showtime. And let me tell you why this is significant. You're like, maybe I don't watch Showtime.
Well, I figured there was a reason because
there is a reason.
Yes.
So episode 2 of this season, I don't know what season. This might be season 10. I don't know. I'm not unfortunately, Shameless. I'm not a Shameless viewer, but I did happen to see this. Episode 2, he was struggling with his identity. He was searching for his identity. He is a little kid growing up in an all-white household. His father is white. His mother's not there. And they're kind of like poor white trash. They're very dysfunctional. That's the whole point of the show. It's not a diss. That's the point of the show. And he's searching for his identity. So he's walking around with a dashiki and an afro. He might have on Malcolm X glasses. He might have his pants hanging down. All these different images of black male identity. And he's sitting at the table with his half sister, and he asks her for some money, and she says, what do you need money for? He said, I want to get a DNA test. And she says, oh, your father already did that, you're from Africa. And he says, no, I want an African Ancestry.com test. I want to find out where I'm from. Yes, on Showtime, on Shameless.
Amazing. See what happens when you're doing what you are supposed to be doing. I mean, I think I texted you. I was reading, I was on the airplane reading Travel magazine or some magazine that I regularly subscribe to, and I'm reading the article, and there you were. They cited the company. I don't even think they talked. I don't know if they quoted you, but they definitely had a whole paragraph about AfricanAncestry.com, and I was like, there she is.
Yeah,
the world. The world catching up.
Yeah, they are. But I was so excited because we want to work with kids. We have worked with kids in schools and after school programs, and so when I know he was just the character, and it was what the character was seeking. But I thought, okay, we got to get this little boy a test. So we got him a kit, and
curriculum, the whole travel, school trips to Africa. 9, yes, ma'am. I'm claiming all of that for you.
All right,
I'm gonna blow it up. I'm gonna blow it all up.
Let's go. African Ancestry family reunions are on deck too. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go, but please join twitch.tv/DJ Kemet tonight at 7. Get your soulful house music on, and then at 9, meet me back here where we are going to do a reveal for, I think he's 12 years old, 12-year-old Christian Isaiah. Until then, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be whole. And thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Take care.
Thank you. This has been great. Thank you.
Thanks.